Hello everyone. In this video we are going to cover key features in Yokohama version release. So these are the key features which we are going to discuss. MFA enablement, ServiceNow Studio, related changes, user preferences, flow debugger, reusable ETF, dashboard, embedded knowledge, enhancement to access analyzer, email reply recommendations, workspace and ITSM related enhancements. So let's start with MFA enablement in ServiceNow. So ServiceNow has introduced the MFA by default in Yokohama Release. All PDI will be MFA enabled. So all users will be asked to complete the MFA within 30 days. In case they are not able to do it, the system will enforce them to have the MFA before login. So admin of the organization can still modify the MFA policies. I have created a separate video on how the admin can update the MFA policies, how the exclusions can be done in the MFA context. So please have a look on that video. I'll provide the link in the description. So admin can exempt any of the required roles, groups, users. And in case you are SSO enabled or integration account you do have, those will not be impacted with this MFA enablement. The second feature is ServiceNow Studio is now by default available and you can bookmark any of your application. So if you go to ServiceNow, then you can have a look here. We have a creator studio and we also have now ServiceNow Studio. So if you go to this studio, you would be able to see this particular screen and these two options will be enabled by default. If you have any application, now you also have an option to bookmark it. So you can click here and it will be bookmark. So next time if you want to have a quick access, then you can click on the bookmark and it will be readily available. Next feature is the user preferences related changes. On ServiceNow, here you can see the preferences. Now on the preference, the first change is if we change the theme, then even the icons what you can see here, all those will be applicable for the new themes and you would be able to see a personalized user experience. So if the logged in user would like to change any theme and they would like to have their own colors, then these preferences icons will have the theme related colors. Another change is on the UI is you also have a keyboard shortcuts here. So let's quickly have a look. So if I want to impersonate user, every time I need not to click on the impersonation here. I can use the keyboard like Control Shift I. For global search, I can use Control Alt G. So let's try one key option, impersonate user. So I'm using Control Shift I and it gives me a screen automatically. So I need not to click on this particular drop down and I can say use Control Shift I and screen populates automatically. So this is quick features to access any of those functionalities. So we have so many keyboard features here and you can remap these keyboard shortcuts. So if you want to change something, you can go ahead and change it from here. The another change is if we go to any of the workspace, let's go to service operation workspace and if we open any of the record here, let's open one of the incident record. Then there are a few more settings that is also given in user preferences. You can go ahead and change it. So if I again access my preferences here, I would be able to see the workspace and you can see I have three options here: show the ribbon, expand the activity stream and show the sidebar. So if you have a look on the screen behind this pop-up and let's see, I'm making some changes. I'm hiding all three options here and you would be able to see the form layout change accordingly. So you can see it's now just sidebar is not visible. So such sort of changes are also now in preferences. I have a detailed video created how you can enable and configure all these settings through workspace. So there are multiple changes that is done in the workspace. I have covered in one of the detailed video. You can find the link in description. So now let's talk about the new feature called Flow Debugger. So if you go to ServiceNow screen, I'm on Flow Designer where we have a flow here and you can see one debug button also appears. So if we click on debug, it shows one pop-up window where it asks to select. It's same as test we do, but here in debug, we can put the breakpoints and we can ensure the execution stops at the place we want. So here it is a two-step process in the flow, I can see. So we are putting a breakpoint on the first one and as well as on second step. We have few commands button here. It's same as in other tools we do have, like the resume, step over, and then step into, and then skip all breakpoints. So let's quickly click on resume. So you can see now the first step got completed and my flow got stopped because I have put a breakpoint here. So this is how even we can debug. Like now we can explore what is the output, input, and other values we are getting, and accordingly we can cancel the flow and we can move the flow. So if you want to complete this step, I can again click on resume and it will go and complete the complete flow. This is how we can enable the debug and debug any of the flow. So next functionality is reusable ATF creation. ServiceNow has enabled the reusable ATF. Okay, now if you write reusable or ATF, then you can see reusable test. Okay, so let's click on this. So I have created one reusable test. To create it, you can click on new, and you can say my new test. You can leave the category. So I'll explain why to leave the category, and you can put any description. Say this is my so what I want, like if I want to resolve a incident problem change, I would like to reutilize this particular test. So for now testing purpose, I am just creating one dummy ticket. It can take something as an input, like I can pass any table as an input, I can pass any field value as an input, or as well as I need to pass some output variable so that when this returns, it should show the output variables. For now, I'm leaving it empty, and let's update this. So now I have two reusable tests in open category. Okay, now let's say we are now creating a test in ATF. So if we go to test, click new, I should be able to use these reusable tests everywhere. Okay, so let's say 2, save it. In the test steps, let's add the test steps. Now this is the place where my reusable test should be available. So if I want to, if I click on reusable test, these are the two reusable tests available, and I should be able to use it, and this will take this as a step. Okay, so I need not to do anything. All the execution part will be done probably as part of this particular step which I added here. Okay, now we left the category. The reason is, if we add the category, these are the categories. So if I leave it open, then it's always available in reusable test. If I want to add in the specific category for the reusability perspective, then I can mention that category. So let's say this priority matrix test might only be used under the forms. So I can go and add the category here as a form. Okay, then this particular reusable test will only be available under form category. Okay, so we can quickly have a look on this as well. So let's have a look at test step, forms, and you can see this reusable test added here. Okay, that's how we can add to any specific category. Moving to the next feature, that is dashboard export to PDF and PPT. This is one of the very good feature I can say ServiceNow has released, where we can even create a PPT from the dashboards, as well as we can create a PDF out of it. Okay, performance analytics related dashboard can only be exported to PPT. Okay, if you have a normal dashboard, those for them you can only export to PDF option. So here you can write the platform analytics and click on dashboard. If you click on dashboard, it shows the list of dashboards. Here I'm opening one of them, knowledge management overview, and on these three dots we have an option to export. Here you have an option to export in PowerPoint and PDF. So we can use here now PowerPoint to have a look. Once it is exported, you can download it and you can quickly open it here. Okay, so you can see here each report is actually exported to one slide. Okay, so the next enhancement is embedded knowledge. Knowledge articles can directly HTML embedded to third-party sites. We will not be able to show, but on third-party sites, if we provide the HTML link, then those articles will be visible directly on third-party sites. Okay, next one is enhancement to access analyzer. So few releases before, ServiceNow basically rolled out the access analyzer, where only admin can analyze the access settings, right? So they can analyze the permissions. Now this functionality is given to the users as well. So if any user is having issues in accessing any of the records, if they see some security issues, then access analyzer _admin role can be provided to the user, and user can check what exactly security rules is stopping to view the access. Okay, email reply recommendation. So this is one of the Now Assist feature. If you have Now Assist, then such recommendations can be provided. So when we will go through in workspace enhancement, we will quickly touch base on this email reply recommendations also, because that option is visible on a workspace. So for a workspace, there are multiple enhancements done. So we already discussed under user preferences, where you have the ribbon, you have the sidebar that can be managed from the preference section. Okay, now email notification redirection, that setting is also there in workspace. We will quickly touch base how it can be configured, as well as the details of how we need to utilize the enhancement in the workspace and the configuration. I have covered in a detailed video, and the link will be provided into description. For now, we will only touch base what all from view perspective, what all features are enabled and where we can find it. So we talked about the email recommendations. So this is for this particular incident ticket, which is on workspace. We have here compose email. So as we write the compose email, and if we have the Now Assist will advise the body of this particular email automatically. They provide the recommendations. We need to ask to review the recommended text, and if you want to update it, and then we can click on send. Once we send it, then it is automatically logged to the ticket. So Now Assist feature I will not be able to showcase here. For email notification redirection to SOW, how it works is, whenever we get an email in our inbox, and if we click on that particular link of incident, problem, record, and any other record in ServiceNow, it usually redirected to the native UI. But we have some settings here. If we do that, it will redirect us to the SOW, that is Service Operations Workspace, rather than the native UI. So to do that in Service Operation Workspace Admin Center, so you can find the Admin Center here, and it will take you to this Service Operation Workspace Admin Center. Okay, and yeah, so you can write this space Admin Center. It will take you to this particular page. Here we have few settings. If it's related to like interaction management, we can come here and configure it. In case it's related to the incident, we can come here and configure it. So we can go to the configuration here. Yeah, so if we expand the configuration menu in the initial setup in SOW properties, we have it here, email notification redirection to SOW. So if we click on it, it takes us to one of the property. We need to enable that property. As soon as we are done, then any link, if we click, it will be automatically redirected to the service operation workspace rather than the native UI. We have few other configurations also. So let's go through one by one. If we click on interaction management, we have a setting here where if we close any interaction, then the linked incident is resolved. Okay, so this is another new feature that is got added in ServiceNow. So I just enabled it, and then we can quickly have a look in workspace. So let's go through the list and see if we have any open interaction. We can click on all interactions. Okay, so in list I can see one open interaction we have. Let's go through it. Here I can see we have one related record as an incident. So by enabling that property, if I resolve this particular incident, this particular interaction should auto close. So let's resolve this incident. Okay, this incident is resolved now, and we can quickly have a look on the related interaction record. We can see this is automatically marked as close complete. So we have covered point number 2, redirection, as well as point number 3, auto closer. Now we can also have a look on ease of approval for the request item. So this is another feature got added in ServiceNow, where if we have any related records to any of the component, then it can be quickly approved from SOW itself. Okay, so let's quickly open one of the change record. So if we go to related record of the change, then if there are any approvals, okay, then this can be approved from here. So we can double click and say approve. So this is the new feature added here, where records can be approved from the related record itself. Okay, this record can also be opened even, and it can be approved. The next feature is, this is one of the new role that is got added, SN Service Desk Agent. Okay, so this is part of ITSM as well, in incident management as well, where this new role got added to the ServiceNow. So we can quickly have a look on the role. So if you open this role automatically inherits some of the incident, problem, request and change write roles and track the file reader roles. And this role also involved in workspace. So if we go to the workspace admin center, right, we can see here in initial setup we have this service desk agent role, and from here we can configure any agent to be added. So this helps users, or not users, this help agent to have a look on the any of the particular incident, problem, change record, understand who are the users, and accordingly agent can utilize their time properly. Okay, so I'm enabling the sidebar also, so they have the visibility now to check the user details as well as to check the incident, problem, change and any other details we have. So specifically we need not to give them the ITIL role, but again this is one of the licensed role and it's only limited to incident, problem, change or any other addition as part of this particular role. Our next feature is configure the response template. So those response template, if configured, are usually available here. So this is incident record, and if we open the templates, then any configured template will be visible here. These configuration again can be done from admin center of SOW. Okay, then we discussed about the recommended actions for emails. Those are part of Now Assist, so we'll not be able to see it. Next feature is track the applied filter in the workspace list in the history. Okay, so if we go to ServiceNow and if we apply any filter here, okay, so now we have problems. Okay, we have the filter here, and let's create one of the filter condition. So I can say I would like to see only the active is true, and the only one where the priority or any specific assignment group that we want to see, right? Priority is critical. So as we have now made some changes in the filter, in history, Okay, these are actually captured, and this is what this particular feature is. It's not only having the workspace, but it is having the individual changes we are making on the workspace, and which from here we can quickly go to any of the page. So it tracks completely wherever we have navigated inside the workspace. Now we can move to the another feature that got added for the incident management. So we have multiple features added for incident management. Let's go through one by one. So the first one is the SN Service Desk Agent that we just had a look in workspace also. So this particular new rule got added where the agent can quickly have a look on the incident problem change records with this rule. Okay, this also integrates the ITSM Gen AI, so that I will not be able to demonstrate. Enhanced security model. So now ServiceNow has introduced the deny unless ACL, and this particular enhanced security model is not only for the incident but for problem change and any of the task record. So let's quickly have a look in the ServiceNow about this particular deny ACL as well as how it works. Okay, so I'm elevating my rule because to work on ACLs we need to elevate the rule. Okay, so I already elevated for me. Let's go to the access control and let's create a new ACL with deny rule. Click on new. Okay, so deny unless. Here you can find this decision type deny unless. What rule I'm going to put in now is let's put a rule and then we can test it. Okay, on incident table. Let's go with all fields. What we want is deny for ITIL. So by default, if person does have the ITIL role, they are able to read all incident records. But I don't want the person to read the incident record in case record is inactive. So if record is in open state, pending state, or any other state except closed and cancelled, it remain in active state. So let's add those conditions now. Okay, I can add it here. Let's say active is true. Okay, so this is deny unless. Okay, so it will deny all record which is not meeting these conditions. Okay, so for all these conditions must be met for those records. Continue. Okay, so now this says ITIL users can only access these records. If not, it will be denied. Okay, so let's quickly impersonate and check. Incident, we can click on all. Okay, we can see here we have incidents resolved in the state, right? All these are because active. Let's mark, let's make a note of this particular number. I just copied it and I am closing this particular incident. So as soon as I close it, it becomes inactive, right? So close incident, and you can see this is out of this particular list itself. Okay, user is not able to see that closed record. We can go by state, and you can see user is not able to see the closed record just because we have deny ACL, and you can see here number of groups removed from the list from the security master. So we also escaped the access analyzer and we granted access analyzer admin access to this particular user. So let's try and test that access analyzer also here. Okay, I'm trying to check this access analyzer, but I can see like the role which is required is AA admin, and I have updated this access analyzer to the latest version, and I'm trying to see the role through admin, but still it's not appearing. So probably we need to cover this particular feature a little later. So next one is email redirection for incident, major incident notification that we already discussed. Incident and problem workflow. So this is another change. So we will not go through the system, but in problems we have the fix. If we update the fix, now earlier it was customer visible, now it's private. So email will not be sent to the customer. Agents, requester and callers can now reopen any of the resolved incidents from the portal as well as from UI. And configuration item search. So sorting is a CI. alphabetically. So that helps to improve the performance. Earlier it was based on the class. So if we quickly have a look at the tool in the configuration item, it is now sorted by the alphabetical order. Another feature is Workflow Studio for SL automation. So Workflow Editor is now deprecated. Okay, so any changes we need to do, we need to use in Workflow Studio only. In problems, now they made the problem little simpler, and the problem task management will be done via the configurable state transition. So this is problem task where this particular state can be configured now. That's all. Thank you.